footprint as far as this administration is concerned. So our talking point today would be on the footprint of this administration, both at the national level and at the state level. You may wish to agree with me that His Excellency the Governor of Akwa Ibom State has taken some steps positively that actually have impacted on the lives of other people. Our guests are already here in the studio who would join us to look at some of the activities of this administration at the national and at the state level and how that has impacted on the lives of the people. So we'll take a short break, and when we return, we will be looking at this strike. Don't forget that the mantra has been renewed hope, whether this hope has been renewed or whether we can actually sustain this hope. We'll return to meet with you as we take a short. All right, welcome back. It's still Democracy 45, and my name is Abasi. I'll take you right to our guests who are already seated, as I had told you, and I immediately turn the focus to Sammy Etuk. Sammy Etuk is the public affairs analyst. Sammy Etuk, good to have you today.
Good to be back here, Abasi.
Has been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, you know.
Pursuing some funds.
Well, looking for money to buy fuel.
Okay, let me welcome, I hope you've seen the money. Let me welcome Otuekon Ikere to this platform. Otuekon, good to have you.
Yeah, good morning, Basi. Good morning, Akwa Ibom people.
What gives me joy, greater than what I've been having each time I come here, is that the smiles you are wearing, Sammy Etuk and Otuekon Ikere, appears to tell me that there is hope for the country. Now, I hope you heard my introduction, my opening remarks on what we're going to discuss today, and it's about the footprints of this administration, what the government have done so far at the national, at the state level. Let me just throw this open. Am I right to say that we have footprint? Is there print, or we only have foot?
Well, you know, Nigerians and the use of language. I recall.
Am I fallen victim?
Yeah. You know, I recall about 7 days after the inauguration of the current administration, both at the federal and the state level, I was a guest on a radio program, and they asked me, callers called, and they said that the governor should hit the ground running. I said, where is he running to? Only a wicked man runs when nobody is chasing him. And now you've come up with the issue of imprint. You know, what do we want? Do we want mere imprint or footprints?
That's why I said
footprints. Yeah. Do we just want mere footprints? Because even a fool can produce footprints. You know, how do we assess an administration that is just about 74 days? How do we assess? And if we assess, the mere assessing of the administration doesn't mean that we have the footprints in your words. It must be indelible. It must be prints that are very visible. And when they are very visible, they are impactful on the people. Can we see the administration at the center and at the state level have been impacting on the electorate? That is it, not just mere footprints. Like I told you at the beginning, that I've been looking for money, because now it seems all the money I earn I use in buying fuel. Yeah, no. But the issue is, does that translate to footprint?
That's the question I asked. Maybe I'll come back to you. We are yet to assess whether print has been made. We've seen the foot, but whether have been made. Okay, let me come to you, Otweko. Well, Sammy Took is questioning as to whether the government, the administration, both at the national and at the state level, can be accessed. I'm going to take you through memory lane. The governor, immediately he was sworn in, made what we call up to expectation, and also extended this also to political office holders, telling them that if they don't sit up, that some went to primary schools where he assessed and said a modern primary school. As we speak, a primary school is under construction. The governor also made what I would call social capital revitalization, where he gave about 100 million to physically challenged people. As we speak, the government has approved the payment of gratuities, approved about 1 billion for payment of gratuities and sums. The governor went to several places, and the way he's socializing with people, he's trying to bring governance down to the grassroots. But we will anchor on particularly the creation of the Ministry of Security. Yeah. Now, having said that, would you agree, or you want to how would you want to weigh in on these issues?
Well, I think a footprint is simply the philosophy of a man, how he wants to run his government, his direction, you know, how he wants to engage. He has ideas are one thing. How do you engage these ideas? This another. This is really what the footprint is all about. And on the there is some kind of a departure from what we saw in the former administration in the way the governor engages with people. He's more connected with the people far better than the former administration, which is succeeded. People don't see him to be aloof. He relates with people a little bit better, and he has made good attempt to hit the ground running. Like we say, and I know Sammy is against that.
Some have also
the governor as he's hitting the ground jogging. For now, because there are people that are hitting the ground trekking, like Mr. President. That's the way I would look at it. I think maybe the reason it doesn't seem as if he has hit the ground running is that we have a lot of challenges in Nigeria economically.
We will get
socially. I'm not talking about the state now. That's why maybe his policies are not making such great impact. It's like the bucket is trying to fill the water in.
The policy at the state or at the
no, at the state. I'm looking at the state.
Okay.
He has done the things you have described that some of us have heard. Is reasonably good, but you see the difference is this: he needs to inject. It's just like somebody who is sick. You understand me? And you need to inject him with something. The first dose must be so big.
Who is sick in this case?
The society is sick. Economically, the economy is sick. And the injection of funds, from what we are hearing, is not up to what should, transform the economy, so to speak. You know, take for example, we have a state, a neighboring state to us. The state was owed about 38 months, a civil servant, and the man came and cleared 38 months. I mean, if you want to make an impact in the economy, because we need to make money inflow into the economy. You look at what Lord Maynard Keynes said. Whenever economy is
the approval for payment of gratuities, is it not an injection of funds?
It's injection, but you see, just like I'm saying, if somebody is sick and you want to inject the person, you understand me, the first dose must be huge. So the funds
won't it kill the person?
No, it won't. That first dose, like you say, you are taking malaria drug, they will tell you the first dose could be 2, then the next one will be 1. That first dose is very important. So the money, what it's doing is beautiful. But what I'm saying is this, that the money injected into the economy must be far bigger than what it's doing. $1.something billion is too naira. Sorry, it's too small to make any change. To make it just like a dent. What he needs to do now is to inject a huge sum of money in terms of gratuity now.
How about in terms of promotion areas?
It's not much. The money is not much.
Also approved.
The 1 point, how much is it? You know how many billions civil servants are owed for the promotion areas? That money is not going to touch a lot of people. So that's what we are saying. You want to inject, you need to do it in an organized way, and you want to inject this money to the economy, inject a huge sum of money. How much are retirees owed? I don't think is 2 billion. You're looking at about 20 or so billion. If you can inject even half of that or 2/3 of that into the economy, it's going to have a multiplier effect. Are you getting it? Because there's no money. You see, there's so much poverty in Akwa. It's 43%. Unemployment, 26%, double digit in the two. Poverty and unemployment is too high. In fact, the National Bureau of Statistics came out, was it some few months ago before the former government stepped down, that Akwa unemployment is 51%. And the government said no, said the Commissioner for Labour and Productivity said no. But there's so much unemployment for a state like Akwa. So you need to inject a lot more funds.
Okay. I think when we talk like this, we feel once gratuities are paid, that everything,
the economy is expanding,
will turn around.
I'm very sorry to call you short. I beg your pardon. As you would also discuss on that, I hope that you would touch on the governor injecting funds and calling on contractors to go back to site.
Yes, I don't think injecting funds, all the funds accruable to the state.
Is it the election that truncated the economy?
Yes.
How is that possible?
The reality is that before the election, things seem to be working. But during the election period, commissioners left their duty post, all in the name of mobilizing electorate.
But we had permanent secretaries?
No. Commissioners.
Work was still on.
Work going to work every day is not the issue. We are talking about, for instance, the Commissioner of Works will supervise all the works, the special duties and all works. But they abandoned to join the political jamboree of campaigning.
We had side managers.
No! Side managers without supervision amounts to nothing. They were abandoned. That is why in your own words too, the governor has said contractors go back to site, which is a clear manifestation that work were abandoned. Some of the contractors tied to the lack of funds. Lack of funds because funds were channeled into prosecution of election. That's the reality of God. Let us not deceive ourselves. Now the governor has said, and in your own words too, that he has injected funds and asked contractors to go back to site. That is what will boost the economy. When people are working, if you go to the construction site, the people that are working salary as promoted public officers, that is what will boost the economy. You come up with policies, not why other states are buying fuel at 580, Akwa Ibom is buying at 670. Why? Because the persons you've appointed into the Petroleum Monitoring Committee are rather amassing wealth to themselves, and they are part and parcel of the corrupt system, being members of the petroleum marketing body. They will want to protect.
Some of these are not verifiable.
I am stating the obvious, my brother. I am stating I am a well-traveled person.
Wasn't the chairman is a member of his marketer?
See, you cannot. The cockroach cannot find justice in the midst of chickens. And if you want to boost our economy, thank God we have like stable power supply to an extent.
Really?
Yes, to an extent. I said to an extent. There are some places, those who have refused to accept prepaid meter, the PHED, but also thank God for the utility company, the utility company that will distribute power. So it will give PHED a run for its money. But the truth is, are we going to employ the best hands to run it? Are we going to run it like a business? Or we will use it as a vehicle for political settlement.
Samuel, I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
I'll come back to you. I'll also come back to you. We're having a field day. Let's allow